Okay, chord progression on 253. We are in the same voicing, single note on the left. First inversion triad in the right. So we're going to be playing E, G, C. From there we're going to the 6, which is down a third in our left hand. Keeping the E in our bottom voice in the right. Our middle voice goes up a whole step. And our top voice stays the same. From there we move down another third in the left to F. Our bottom note moves up a half step in the right, and everything else stays the same. From there we keep the same note in the left, same note in the bottom voice, same note in the middle voice, and our top voice goes up a whole step to give us a 2-6. From there, our left hand moves up a whole step. Our bottom note moves down a half step. Our middle note moves down a whole step. And our top note moves down a whole step. Keep the same bottom note in the left. Bottom note in the right moves up a half step. Keep the middle note. And our top note moves down, a half step. And back to our original chord by going down a fifth in the bass, down a half step, keep the original middle, and move up a half step. If you look at all of the voices independently, the soprano voice, the alto voice, the tenor voice, they don't move more than a step. Where the bass moves by skips. Stays the same, up a step, stays the same, down a fifth. So the left hand is the tricky one in my opinion on this chord progression because it skips and leaps. Would you like to do it in another key? D? Okay, D, we're going to have D in the bass. We're going to have F sharp, A, and D in the right hand. Our fingering is 1 in the left, 1, 2, 5 in the right. Skip down in the bass to a B. Right hand bottom note stays the same. Middle note moves up a whole step. Top note stays the same. Down another skip in the left. Bottom note in the right hand moves up a half step. Everything else stays the same. Everything stays the same except for the top note in the soprano. It moves up a whole step. Up a whole step in the bass. Down a half step in the tenor. Down a whole step in the alto. Down a whole step in the soprano. Keep your bass note. Tenor moves up a half step. Alto stays the same. Soprano moves down a half step. Back to your original chord in the right hand. Down an octave in the bass. E. Left hand 1 on E, right hand 1 on G sharp, 2 on B, 5 on E. Skip down a minor third to C sharp in the bass. Keep the tenor. Alto goes up a whole step. Soprano stays the same. Skip down a major third in the left. Tenor moves up a half step to A. Soprano and alto stay the same. Everything stays the same except for the soprano, which goes up a whole step, and the alto goes up a half step. I lied to you. Only the soprano moves up a whole step to B in the left, down a half step to G sharp, down a half step to B, down a half step to, whole step to E. Keep B in the left. G sharp up to A. Keep the B. E down to D sharp. Back to our original chord in the right, down an octave in the left.